Today we are showing you a new recipe on how do you make a delicious seafood mousse, but we're going to show you how to spin it in both the PacoJet as well as our Ninja Creami and compare how they came out against each other.
So in the sous vide bag, I just have some peeled in the vein shrimp and some detabs scallops. So we're going to cook it for 35 minutes at 60 degrees Celsius or 145 degrees Fahrenheit.
So let's go into what goes into this sauce.
Start out by putting in our vegetable oil, and then we're gonna get our shallots in here. And then I got ginger, that's grated ginger, and that's gonna go in there also. We'll just let that go for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna add my garlic. You don't wanna add your garlic too early because, as you know, garlic burns pretty quickly. And you also don't wanna brown these too much because we're trying to keep this thing as light as possible and make sure that the color stays like pretty light. Garlic in now. And we'll just incorporate that, and like I said, we're just basically trying to sweat this out, extract some of those flavors. All right, so now that we have this sweated out, I'm gonna go ahead and add my lemon juice, and then you're just incorporating this, and then I will go right into my heavy cream. Just make sure to get all that out of there. Now you're not really trying to cook this any more than just melding the flavors together, because all the work is going to be done in the PacoJet. So you're just making sure that you get all your ingredients together, you get them melded, salt, and then you cool it down.
If somebody doesn't have a sous vide at home, can they still somehow cook up the shrimp and scallop and do the other steps if they happen to have a creamy?
So what I would do is I would either steam or slowly poach the vegetable, the seafood. We got 200 grams of shrimp and 200 grams of scallop. But we're also going to save the juice of this because it's going to excrete a lot of liquid. When we blend this, to put into the Paco containers, we're going to also use the liquid. So you definitely want to keep that liquid. So if you're going to cook it non-sous vide, after you cook the seafood, you want to make sure that it equates to the 400 grams total. So that's very important.
Okay, so you still want to retain some of the extra water.
Exactly.
To equal it out.
So you add your water. Obviously, adding the liquid from the sous vide is going to be more flavorful, and there's just really no way around it. But you can add stock. You could add, if you have some fish stock maybe on hand. Not everyone does, but if you do, or you have chicken stock or whatever stock you want to use, you could add that, and that'll give you more flavor.
Yep. You can also make a quick stock from the shrimp shells as well.
Exactly. All right, so I have my ice. I'm going to just get my liquid hidden ice to cool it down. I believe that my sous vide shrimp and scallops are just about ready to come out too, and we'll also chill those down. We are going to blend our seafood and the sauce we just previously made, and let's go. Why don't we just get started doing
Let's
this?
do it.
All right, so I'm gonna cut this guy.
All right, oh yeah, I'm on catching this duty,
So
let me not mess this up. You already said how important the juice is.
It's like the most important part. You
Here
definitely want to keep that liquid in there you want. All right, so we're gonna put our seafood with liquid. And then we're gonna take our chilled sauce and we're going to add that, incorporate that into there. I mean, the smell of the seafood and then the aromatics, it's...
You know what it smells like? It smells like clam chowder almost.
Yes, it kind of does, actually. I do get that. And then we're just going to start off really low because you just kind of want to slowly incorporate this. And right about now, we're going to add in our olive oil. And that's about it. Now we're ready to go into our Paco and Creami containers. And, oh, this smells great.
Oh yeah, it smells like a lot like a chowder.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. So normally we would put this in the beakers and let it freeze overnight, and then we can spill it. Well, we got some that we're going to spin for you right now.
We're going to spin it right now. Well, one of the big things, as you can see right away, is how smooth that is. And this is like a little wonky, a little chunky. That's because the PacoJet has all these different features in it. So what we did is we spun it 4 times, so 4 times through, and then we added aeration also, which is a big deal, and that's where the differences lie.
Yeah, because you cannot aerate in the creamy.
Exactly.
I'm going to let you chefy plate this.
All right,
so
I'm
going to do that.
Let's see that. And you can tell, you see the color? That's how you know like how much air is in that because it expanded so much that it's lighter in color, and that's why that one's lighter.
One definitely looks more like ice cream.
Yeah, I
than the
gotta
other
work
one.
on that. That was good.
I've got a little cracker. So typically, you know, you want to serve it with some crackers and.
Definitely, for sure. I'm gonna start out with the Ninja.
I will too because I don't want to like be all biased.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to kind of see how it tastes.
I mean, it goes on pretty smooth, to be honest with you. That has great flavor.
It tastes really nice, so buttery.
It's really smooth. I mean,
yeah, it definitely no chunks, no bits, very very smooth.
Very smooth. That is different level smooth, though.
I accidentally took 2 chunks of the creamy one. I was like, whoops. All right, take 3.
I think it's a huge difference. The air in that, the flavor's still the same, but the texture is.
The closest analogy I can make is, you know how sometimes you eat like chocolate mousses in restaurants, and sometimes you get like this very dense mousse, and sometimes you get a very very airy mousse. This is kind of how I feel about this. Like they're both good. They're both tasty, but one is like just a little bit more, one is more like buttery, more solid.
Yeah.
And then the PacoJet one is like, it's almost like whipped cream consistency.
Kind of.
A little bit heavier,
yeah.
but you know, there's a huge difference. For me, in between the experience, eating them back to back. If you're just like, I am only making one, you'll be happy with both.